Let us now look at some of the identities, vector identities, which basically help us during problem solving. So, identities are basically very helpful. Number 1, gradient of fg is equals to f grad g plus g grad f. Number 2, divergence of fa. In the first case, f and g both were scalars and gradient was being found out. In the second case, f is a scalar but a is a vector and we are into finding of its divergence. So divergence of fa would be f divergence of a plus grad f dot a. Now curl of fa would be f curl of a plus grad f curl of a. Now curl of a cross b would be divergence of b into a plus b dot delta into a minus divergence of a into b minus a dot delta into b. Now divergence of a cross b would be curl of a into b minus a dot curl of b is equal to b dot curl of a minus a dot curl of b. All right. Okay. Now curl of grad phi, always remember, is 0. Divergence of curl of a is always 0. Curl of a is equal to delta into divergence of a minus del square a. All right. So what these identities basically do is they help us make our problem solving easier. So wherever we get stuck, we are not being able to proceed further with a sum, use an identity and solve it. It gets quicker. Now let us get back to some basic problem sums. So Let us find gradient. Question number 1 would be, let us find gradient of a scalar field, and the scalar field being given phi of xyz is equals to x square y plus 3yz square. Now our answer would be, so finding gradient would make us do what? Grad phi, right? So we need to find this. Now what is gradient? I cap del del x plus j cap del del y plus k cap del del z, and phi is nothing but x square y plus 3y z square. Now when we operate this delta operator onto this phi, what we get is I cap with 2xy plus j cap with x square plus 3z square plus k cap with 6yz. So this is what our answer is. Now what if they ask another question with it, that find the gradient of the scalar potential phi at a point 1, -1, 2. So whenever at a point is given, like at a point 1, -1 and 2, always remember to substitute the x, y and z values into the x, y and z of what your answer has come up. So what you'll do is I cap 2 into xy. So x is 1, y is -1. So 2 into -1 is -2 plus j cap into x square plus 3z square, right? So x square will be 1 and 3 into z square would be, just a second, okay, so yeah, x square would be 1 square, that is 1, and 3 into z square is 3 into 2 square, which is 3 into 4. So 3 into 4 is 12 and plus 1 is 13. So this gives us 13 plus 6yz. So 6 into -1 into 2. So basically -12 k cap. So k cap into -12. So what we get as our answer is nothing but grad phi is equals to -2 I cap plus 13 j cap -12 k cap. Alright. Now let us find question number 2 would be, let us find divergence of a vector field, and the vector field is given as x square I cap plus yz j cap plus z cube k cap. So how would we define divergence of A? Divergence of A is nothing but, okay, let me write down the entire thing. I cap del del x plus j cap del del y plus k cap del del z. Alright, dot, what is A? X square I cap plus yz j cap plus z cube k cap. Alright, so now if we simplify it, If we operate this operator on A, what we find is del x of x square is nothing but 2x plus del y of yz is nothing but z plus del z of z cube is nothing but 3z square. And divergence always gets scalar quantity, right? So this is indeed a scalar quantity because it has no direction, just the magnitude. All right. Coming to the third question now. Well, a force F is given and we need to find out its curl. So y z I cap plus z x j cap plus x y k cap. All right. Now finding curl of F would be nothing but write them down in terms of matrix, right? So I cap, j cap, k cap, and we have del x, del y, and del z. And for F we have y, z, z x, x y. Extremely sorry. X y. All right. So what will be its value? So its value will be nothing but I cap del y of xy is x minus del z of zx is also x plus j cap del z of yz would be y minus del x of xy would be y plus k cap del x of zx will be z minus del y of yz will be z. So x minus x is 0, y minus y is 0, and z minus z is 0. So we can see that curl of f has turned out to be 0, which means f is irrotational. Alright. So basically we have solved 3 sums. Now, so that's it for now. We'll again resolve our problem solving questions in the next video. Thank you.